All right, here goes nothing. So, I have been doing a ton of content. By every time I speak, I just set the cameras up in the back of the room and I just hit record. I have no idea what's on them, so I could either sound really smart or really not. We'll see what happens. But I wanted to use my camera setup because I'm getting ready to do something that I want to record. Just in case I make it, just in case I do the things. So here's the deal. It is 7:06 p.m. on Friday night. And I remember I was at Powerful You in Salt Lake City about a year ago. It was their first one. I'm real proud of that fact. I got to go to the first one. Like, I'm a cool kid or something. 500 of my best friends got to go too. It's fine. Anyway, and this guy talks about how he wrote his whole book in one weekend. Like, he just said, screw it, I'm going to do it, and it's done. And my entire life, I have known that I was meant to be an author. Like, I am supposed to write. That is what my entire life I've known I was supposed to do. And so, growing up, if you asked me what I was going to be when I grew up, I would tell you a writer, but I knew that I wasn't going to make the money that I wanted to survive off writing. And what I know now is that I wasn't willing to put the effort into writing above all else. I could have absolutely made the money on it, just wasn't where life took me. So I remember listening to Brendon Burchard and I was like, oh my God, if he can do it in a weekend, why can't I? So I've had this insane idea for a while now that I'm going to write not one, but 3 books this year. Yeah, like 2019, I'm going to do it. So I've been working on them slowly but surely. If I have free time, that's what I work on. And one book is business, one book is about my life, and another book is somewhere in between. And so I finally have a weekend with no plans. And I very carefully cultivated no plans. So it's 7 p.m. on Friday. I don't have anywhere to be until I hit the road on Sunday to go to Minneapolis. And I think I have to hit the road at like 9 a.m. So I have well over 24 hours. I'm going to write this book. It's called Not Your Aunt Susie Q's Business. Because when I opened my company, everybody and their brother sister had an opinion of how I could do it better. And quite frankly, for a long time, I believed them. And what I realized is that I have done a lot of things wrong, but I've also done a lot of things right. And I want to be able to give people a head start with a business book that's written by a creative. I like to think I know business now, but that's not my main goal. I'm just a human that wants to treat other humans really well. So I want to put it down on paper. So it's 7 p.m. I'm going to write this book in 24 hours. It's not going to be perfect, but here's the deal. To write it down and get it going, I don't have to have it perfect. That's what editors are for. And that's what having somebody proofread it is for. And I have that. I have an amazing book coach. Her name is Donna Gooden. And she has been cheering me on, backing me up. She's been super honest with me, which quite frankly is really what you need when you've got a big project. So my book coach has my back. And I am going to challenge myself I've got the outline, I've got the chapters. So each chapter, I'm just going to set a timer for 1 hour and I'm just going to write. Just free write style. I don't care if the periods are there. I don't care if the spelling's there. But whatever is in this dome is going to get put on that computer. So here's to the challenge. And the reason I'm putting this video together is what I'm going to keep doing is I'm going to keep coming back with how it's going, all my feelings, all my hot tips, and mainly the feelings. Because I think when you go to write things, you think you're really smart, and then you sit down in front of the computer and you second guess your entire life and whether or not you're actually smart, and whether or not someone actually wants to hear what you have to say, and whether or not you're actually worthy of the things going on that paper. Yeah, those are the things. So I'm going to keep checking in throughout as I feel the necessity, and hopefully this helps somebody someday. And here is to me writing a book in less than 24 hours. Cheers! Alright, so as you can hear, I have a bit of distractions happening. It is 10 o'clock. I have accomplished writing 2 pages. I set the timer. I did the things. I wish I could give you a list of really cool excuses, but at the end of the day, what had happened was I got to have a 2-hour phone call with my best friend that I never get to talk to. Not mad about it. Not mad about it at all. Sometimes taking that time with your friends is 100% worth not getting the chapters done. So, I didn't get them done. I've got eye makeup everywhere. I've got kittens everywhere. And my dogs have the worst farts in the entire universe. So, this exhausted girl is going to go to bed. And we're going to wake up and we're going to start again tomorrow. And we're going to see how far we can get. I did find out I can write a page every 8 minutes. Gonna see how that works out. I also got some things restructured and reorganized, and it looks like this one book that I'm trying to write really should actually probably be 2 different books. So we'll see how that comes together as we move forward. So, contemplating 1 really long book, 2 smaller books. Make them a little bit more chewable, bite size. We'll see what happens. Alright, video 3 in this series. Hi, puppies, I see you. Everybody wants attention. I haven't paid attention to them all morning, and so they need the loves. All the furby loves. This one never loves on me, so y'all are just gonna have to excuse me for a second. Alright. So, I sat and wrote for an hour and a half this morning. I set my timer and it worked, and I was in the middle of a thought, so I just kept writing. I definitely got a little frustrated because it wasn't coming out the way that I thought it should, but I forced through, and what I did was I just wrote out my thoughts even though they weren't really coherent or making sense or any of the things, so I did it. And now I'm taking a short break with the dogs in the backyard with some sunshine. As you can see, I'm squinting. And I'm going to eat some breakfast and have my second cup of coffee, and then I'm going to get back to it. So I think I got a chapter done this morning, and I know that I've gotten some rearranging done, and I think I'm currently trying to write 3 books at one time. We'll see how that goes. Alright, for the next video, we'll see what happens. Alright, it's like 11:30 something. My hair is growing, because apparently as I write, I start doing this kind of things. So I fully expect that by the time I get done doing these videos, I'm going to look something like Albert Einstein. And I finally dug out the glasses, because I don't want to admit that I have to wear glasses, but it's definitely a thing, and it's probably time for me to get my eyesight checked again. So setting the timer for an hour definitely works. I get a lot more done. I squirrel a lot less, because this little brain up here goes in a lot of places. I have accomplished a few other things, trying to work on the house at the same time, so that I'm working on the book for an hour, and then I'm taking about 30 minutes to scroll through social media or work on the house. I kind of thought I'd be farther on the book, but that might just be because I'm real hard on myself. And, I just saw the coolest thing on social media, so I had challenged people to post a selfie and tell me what they were proud of themselves for. And fun fact, nobody wants to talk about what they're proud of themselves for, because, you know, in this culture, we're supposed to be confident, but we can't be cocky, which I think is funny. Yep, see, there, it's happening. But we can't be cocky. And I love the beauty and grace that Lorraine posted. She said some really nice, very sweet things about me, which is cool, but really what I want to talk about is the fact that she spoke so eloquently, and I learned so much about her in a short amount of time. Lots of information, little bitty amount of time. And so it reminded me to be able to tackle things like today. I need to look at my strengths and my weaknesses and see them as equals, instead of as a black and white excuse. Yeah, because that's what they are. So what I'm really good at is smashing goals. What I'm really not good at is procrastinating like a mother trucker. And I'm also really good at scrolling things out and saying that they have to be done. Like, it's amazing how clean my house can be when there's a project due, or how good that Excel spreadsheet can look when I'm supposed to be doing something else. So I need to learn to utilize those as my advantages instead of saying that they are my how my brain works excuses kind of things. So I will check back in after this next round and we'll see what's happening. Alright, so I'm doing the videos so that I can stay really transparent. I've worked on the kitchen, I've made myself some lunch, and I don't want to do it anymore. I want it to quit. I don't like it. My television's right there, my remotes are right there, and I actually sat down and thought about the fact that I could watch one episode of television because I've been so good today. And I realized that if I open that TV, it's gonna be like the gateway drug, and I will never leave this here chair. I don't want to do it anymore. I quit. It was a really cool idea. It's too fucking big. And I don't want to do it. And then I realized that I could watch the one episode. And I probably have enough self-control that I could turn it off afterwards. But here's the deal. I have had multiple chances this year to be able to have an hour here and an hour there. And I've squandered it. And I've made myself really angry every time I do it. Because I see the chance that I've lost and I can't undo it. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to stew. I'm going to be pissy and I'm going to throw my little fit while I eat my delicious food. And then when I get done, I'm going to go sit at that computer and I'm going to set the timer for 1 hour. And I'm going to take myself for a W. I can't say walk or else dogs will hear. To give myself a reward. Because I know I can do this. I just don't want to and don't like it right now. So. Alright. I got crack-a-lackin'. Especially once I finally figured out how to look at the word count. So I realized, huzzah! I've made it halfway. I've hit 10,000 words. My goal is to hit 20,000. It's 4:30. I don't know, to be real, that I might hit 10,000 more words tonight. So I really like the system of set an alarm for an hour and get going. However, what I found is that when I did that, ow! These are not helping. Say hello. Yep. Can you hear that? That's because they've been attacking me. So setting the timer for an hour was great because I would navigate, I would get it done. But I also realized that I work more in 90-minute to 2-hour increments just because it takes me almost 30 minutes to actually jump into what I'm doing. And then I would think that I deserve to take a break, so I would wander and meander and not really use my time effectively. So I've been doing where I set a timer to write for 90 minutes, and then I actually set a timer for 20 minutes for my break. And even if I do 20 minutes, it means that I'm shifting between things. So I'm feeling like I'm accomplishing things, but I'm also getting stuff written. So I've hit 10,000. I've renegotiated again where some things go. And with this book, I'm creating a downloadable section and or like a journal section. So you could go buy it and like write things in. Because I'm that old school person that I like to write stuff in. Yeah. So I'm doing both of those things kind of at the same time. So maybe it's not fair that I set the goal to finish the book, but I'm super excited. I've hit 10,000 and I'm still going strong. I'm going to set one more timer for an hour and I'm going to take myself out to eat and I will continue to write and eat. Yep. That's it for now. All right. My brain is fried. My eyes are fried. So I decided to take a break. Because sometimes just escaping can be the reset you need. I realize how much I thought I knew, and there's nothing like writing a book to realize how much you don't fucking know. This has been a labor of love, a labor of learning, and I know it's what I'm supposed to do, and I hope it hits home for somebody. Trying to think about who it's for. When I went to Barnes & Noble, when I went to open the salon, I realized that there was no book for me. There was business mastery, and there was business for non-business owners, and blah, 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 blah. But there wasn't anything that spoke to me as a human, not as a machine, or broke down what the hell the difference between an indirect expense or a direct expense, or how to make things simple, because there's enough navigation going on when you're trying to open a business that is overwhelming, kind of like how I feel right now. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna enjoy this peace and quiet, and then I'm gonna grab me some grub at the best pizzeria in the world. I don't want to talk about it. But I'm going to. So I was really excited because I found this button that lets you count words. But counting words is only useful if you can read it correctly. So I haven't done 10,000 words. Yeah, you guessed it. I've done 1,000 minus a 0. And I figured this out after I went to go have my pizza to celebrate. Well, actually I was gonna have salad, but the pizzeria, that's amazing. I got there and found out I didn't have a wallet, so my dinner is Fritos. And I'm at 1,000 words. I will not quit. I will not quit. I will not quit. But I do have 5 chapters done. That's just what I'm gonna focus on. This book ain't getting done this weekend, but I sure as hell am still gonna try. So, Alexa, set alarm for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
Here's to another hour. Holy crap, this is blinding. Alright, so we're at the just over 24-hour mark. I have written, I have done the things. I definitely feel less smart than I did when I started, but I don't feel less passionate, which is a really strange feeling for me. I sat down and made the goal last year that I would have it done by Christmas of this year. So technically, I still have some time before I hit that deadline. Alright, yeah, I didn't get it done. I didn't do the things, but hopefully I get another day this year where I can just take the time to write. I did a lot of research today, and so maybe that was part of the problem, is I waited for today to do the research when I should have been doing the writing. But you live, you learn, and at the end of the day, I'm still gonna have a fucking book to publish. It's just not today. Alright, good night. Peace out.